up, y'all? It's your boy Green Apple TV, and today we're making a video on head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers, JJ Redick. Let's get started. Imagine being so hated in college that you receive dozens of phone calls daily. Fans making sounds about your little sister, nearly quitting basketball, but that was JJ Redick at Duke. Drafted 11 overall, he was labeled an NBA bust, too slow, too soft, unathletic, yet carved out a 15-year career as one of the league's purse shooters. Earned over $100 million, and then, with zero prior professional coaching experience, became the head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers. This is not just a basketball story. It's a masterclass in identity, reinvention, and proving the doubters wrong. Welcome to the full uncut JJ Redick redemption arc. JJ Redick entered Duke in 2002 as a McDonald's All-American from a rural area of Tennessee, not some privileged archetype. He left the program as an all-time leading scorer with 2,000 points, 769, the ACC all-time leader in career points at the time, a two-time ACC Player of the Year, and the 2006 National Player of the Year, and helped lead Duke to multiple deep NCAA tournament runs, including a Final Four, and his number 4 jersey is retiring Cameron Indoor Stadium. But with success comes a dark side. Redick became the Duke villain, the clean-cut, cocky white shooter on the program, polarized for his excellence. This history of a similar figure like Christian linked to rivalries, especially Maryland, North Carolina fans turned their targets into a target. That Maryland game, I made a whole separate section about the Maryland game. Let's talk about it. Off of all the hostile road environments, JJ Redick faced none embody the Duke villain. Hate quite trips to College Park to face the Maryland Terps. The Duke-Maryland rivalry in the early to mid 2000 were per ACC warfare, intense, personal, and often crossed the line. One game in particular stands out every time Redick endures it. During his sophomore year, someone leaked his cell phone number of Maryland fans and rival students in general flooded him with 7 to 80 threatening phone calls a night in lead up and aftermath. They called him the Antichrist. They left voicemails laced with harassment. They harassed him was so overwhelming they contributed heavily to Redick nearly quitting basketball altogether that year. He retreated into poetry just to process the noise. And the arena experience was even worse. Maryland fans, especially personally cruelly, signs in the student section referring sexual acts with then younger sister, chants questioning his sexuality during the free throw line. The entire arena would interrupt, one aimed directly at him. Wasn't just overrated, you suck. It was deep and personal. Redick didn't just destroy it. He pushed back, and one memorable Maryland game, he was a strong outlander, starting trash back to none other than Raven owner Steve Biscotti, who was sitting courtside. Redick got right back at him, fired up the entire building even more. With games on the line, seconds remain. Redick stepped to the free throw line. What felt like game-clinching shots as he prepared. The cosmic clash rained down for Diamond. Arena-wide chants of F you, JJ. He made the shots anyway, embraced the villain role with ice in his vein. It wasn't a one-off, multiple trips to Maryland. Featured similarly seen body paint meshes, reckless heckling from warm-ups through the final buzzer, post-game chaos. Redick later reflect that the constant treatment, especially from Maryland and UNC crowds, forced him to step up to the villain identity. You get treated as a villain for so long, you start off just becoming this villain, the swagger, the backpedaling threes, just cold stare downs, forged all in a hostile environment. Yet, he also produced some of his best performance against them. Games where he dropped 26, 35, or even more points while silencing them temporarily that hate. More than they despised him, more than the lethal he became. Maryland games didn't just highlight the toxicity of college basketball fame, it accelerated Redick mentality toughness, turning a skinny shooter from a rural Tennessee area into a battle-tested competitor ready for whatever the NBA could throw. Let's see. I'm gonna read out some of the message. Just came from JJ personally. They said they had a shirt on there. They said, if I have a son, I will name him JJ Redick just so I can beat him. That's a crazy shirt to have. That can show how much hate they have it for him, because he stepped in the villain role so bad. All right, let's talk after that section. The harassment was relentless, personal. Like we said earlier, 50 to 75 hate calls a day at one point. Students got his cell phone number and left messages calling the Antichrist or worse. Signs at the games, sexual acts. And, the Maryland game. But Florida State crowd was brutal too. He was grabbed by a fan after a loss. As a teenager, figuring out his identity, it broke him. Redick openly said he wanted to quit basketball during his sophomore year. He turned to writing poetry as an outliner, as I said, raw. Rhyming verses about pressure, fame, and internal that Sports Illustrated even published one line. I can't see what my future has in store. He felt lost and said the constant villain treatment made him embrace it. You get treated as a villain for so long that you start to just become the villain. He flipped the script. Instead of shrinking, he became an ice cold villain. He developed a killer mentality, backpedaling with swagger after big shots, staring down crowds. The hate fueled him. By senior year, he was unstoppable, averaging over 26 points per game and dropping daggers in big games. The villain role hardened him mentality in ways that prepared him for the NBA grind. Redick later reflected that the part of him was self-inflicted. He was his brain and confidence. But much Duke's tax plus class tingled towards the white Duke villain, and he owned it, paying it to performance. This chapter alone could be the dark side of college sports fame. Selected 11 overall by the Orlando Magic in 2006, expectation was high for Redick as a ready-made shooter. Scouts praised his college production and stroke, but questioned his athleticism, defense, strength, ability to create the off-the-dribble against NBA length and speed. Riley hit hard as a rookie. He played limited minutes behind veterans like Grant Hill. His first few seasons were frustrating. Single-digit score averages and a sparse role, back injuries. Feel like a specialist who couldn't earn trust. But by year 3, analysts openly called him a bust, a high pick that couldn't translate down. He reported a request to trade, feeling stuck. The physical league was massive. College spacing, slower pace favored him. The NBA was faster, stronger, more physical, and defenses target him. He was averaging under 10 points a game while playing under 20 minutes per game in many stretches. The same confidence that defined him at Duke looked like arrogancy to critics when the shots weren't falling. Limited opportunity. This period tested everything. The kid who survived Duke hate now faced professional doubt. Many lighter picks flame out here, but Redick refused. He worked obsessively on his body condition and off-ball movement. He studied film relentlessly. The villain mentality from college, the cold blood focus, kept him going on the easier path. Redick breakthrough was gradual. In 2008, he earned more minutes as the Magic reached the finals, losing to the Kobe Lakers. He proved he could trade in big moments. Trade briefly to Milwaukee, but leaning in with the Clippers in 2003. Everything clicked with the Clippers 2013 to 2017. He became a starter. Offensive physical point alongside Chris Paul and Blake Griffin. Posted career highs, including a 40-point game with 9-3 against the Rockets. Led the NBA in three-point percentage in one season, 47.5% in 2015 through 2016 season. Become one of the most reliable floor spacer and movement shooters. He started 218 of 219 of the games in one stretch. Later stopped with the 76er 18.1 point game career high in 2018 to 2019. Pelicans, a short stint with the Mavericks, showing his involvement to a high IQ veteran. He could mentor young talent while still catching and shooting threes at elite clips. Career high, 15 seasons, 940 games, 12 point per average, 41.5% from three. One of the best mark ever at volume shooters. And 89% from the line, over 2,000 points. He maximized his gift, elite footwork off the screens, quick release, basketball, and challenging. Unyelled work ethic. The bust became a modern role player, the exact type of shooter modern NBA cries. His transformation from limited specialist to polished pro is a blueprint of non-athletic scorers. Retired in 2002, launched the Old Man in Three podcast. Insight, authentic hoops, talking about a loyal audience. He became a respected ESPN analyst, known for sharp breakdowns, player perspective. Mean saw a future broadcaster or executive. Instead, in 2004, 2024, the Lakers hired him as a head coach, his first real head coaching gig beyond youth basketball. Sketch is pounce. 0 assists experience. In the Lakers growling. But on pro leadership, the hire followed. Silenced the doubters in his first two seasons. Delivered back-to-back 50-win seasons. Top 4 West seed. Navigate injury, roster flukes. Star management efficiently. Modern offense, player empowerment, adaptability. Critics who question his qualities now credit his growth in preparation and result. He compared to success players coach. Transformation like Steve Kerr. JJ Redick journey is proof that identity is fixed. Hate can be forged. Failure can redirect you. Talent plus accession create longevity. Leadership can emerge from unexpected places. From most hate in college to NBA to Sharpshooter cornerstone to success. Head coach of one of the NBA flagship franchises. This is one of the most great redemption stories in modern sports. Subscribe if you like more. Subscribe if you like more stories like this. That's your boy Green Apple TV.